Hi, it's Dave with Classic Blade Review. I'm going to take a quick look at the Buck 501 Squire pocket knife. Now, this has been in the box. I've actually never used the knife, so it's really brand new. Just to kind of give you a quick look at it, but I love the size of it. You'll see there are a lot of things I really like about this particular knife. One that it's a very high quality knife, made in the USA. Most of their, I think all their 500 series knives are. In fact, maybe the only knives that Buck makes that are made in China are in the 300 series. Those little slip joint pocket knives. If I'm wrong, go ahead, feel free to correct me below. I'd love to learn more. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. All the Buck knives, including the 501, comes with the Buck's famous forever warranty. And I really like this. What that means is what ended up happening, Buck realized that their knives were outliving the original purchaser. And so they used to have a lifetime warranty. They changed it to a forever warranty, meaning whoever finds themselves in the possession of a Buck knife, Buck will honor their warranty, whether that means replacing a knife, fixing or repair, even just polishing it up. And it's super cheap. Maybe like the service charge is like $10 or something. But that is a super advantage of Buck knives. Buck's one of my favorite knife, probably my favorite knife company. I really like them, and with every knife you get a little message from the Buck family. Hey, how are you? Hope you're good. Actually, they're a Christian company, and what they say in this message is that their faith, their values that are shaped by their faith in God, really helped shape the company as far as being a company that wants to make the best product available, accessible to others, and that they really operate in integrity. I love that about Buck. Well, let's take a look. So the 501 is actually the smallest Buck knife that comes with a sheath. And though the knife is made in America, in the U.S., the sheath is made in Mexico. And I mean, the sheath hasn't even been used, so it's all kind of wonky looking. But the sheath is made in Mexico, and they make really good leather products in Mexico. So there is no misgivings there. So it's a little sheath. I don't even know if you would use this if you had the 501. It has a little belt clip on it. Again, I've never used it, so it has a misshapen look. But it comes with a leather sheath, and then the blade itself, we've got it comes wrapped up in this wrap that keeps it nice and safe and from getting scratched. We pull that out, and you've got the 501, the 501 Squire. It is a really nice knife. Now you can see the wood on it. Just looks classy. It's a classic Buck knife look. Then I'll turn it around. Has nickel bolsters and nickel pins. I kind of like the nickel more than I do the bronze. I've got a 110 that has bronze, and I love it too, but I like the look of the nickel. I think it's classy looking. Now, the wood handle, I'm a little unsure. It could be rosewood. I know that at least with the 110 and maybe other Buck knives, they moved away from using a resin infused rosewood. In fact, they use an ebony, I think, in the 110 now. It's an all wood handle. But I'm not sure if this is solid, just rosewood, or if it is still that they call it Dymilux, like a resin infused wood they've been using for a long time to keep the wood from swelling with humidity. I guess it's super durable. But let's open her up. Buck knives are super. They come with an edge to them, so it is really sharp. It's, of course, a lock back knife, so the lock stays in place. I'll say there's no wiggle in this knife. It's solid. It's a solid made knife, and you can see it's a little bit bigger than maybe some of the others. I carry a 503 on me as my EDC, and this is a little bit larger. I kind of like this. This might be one of my favorites from Buck. It's a drop point rather than a clip point, and I kind of think I prefer clip points because I just think I like the look of them. But you can see where the blade is like really well centered in there. I don't know if that's coming through, but it is. It's clean on the inside. It's just really well made. Nothing sticking out. Nothing funky about it. Again, it does hold an edge. Now, when you look at Buck knives, you may or may not know, but like if you look at the blade on the tang, so it would say Buck 501 USA on the bottom. If you can read that, there we go. And if you notice after the 501, there's a little symbol, and if you go, there's a Buck chart that you can look up. And that little symbol will tell you what year your Buck knife was made. And this one would have been made in 2021. So the 501. Now the size again is a little bit larger than the 503, which I think I kind of like actually. I like it to be a little bit larger. But just to give you some specs on it, the blade is your typical. It's your typical 420 HC or high carbon steel. You can customize order. I think most knives, if you purchase straight from Buck, and you can select if you wanted to go with a different type of metal or steel on your blade. But just from just the standard one will have your 420 HC or high carbon steel. Of course, it is fired with the Paul Boss heat treatment, which is a really good advantage with Buck knives. Treatment being it affects the quality of the blade. Heat treatment being the way they fire it, the way it's heated and cooled, which impacts the durability and the hardness of the blade. Now, some people love the 420 high carbon blade because it's easier, it's a little bit softer of a metal, so it's easier to sharpen. And some people don't like the 420 high carbon blade. They would consider that to be an inferior steel for their knife. I don't know. I'm not that picky. I just use mine to open boxes, so I'm not a hunter, so it might make more of a difference if I was hitting bone or using it to fillet different things. Now, as far as the knife goes, we've got the size of it. I'm going to see if I can find that here for you, because it is a little bit larger than what I would have thought. The blade length is 2 3/4 inch, so that's the blade. The weight of the knife is 3 ounces, so it's still really light. It's a little bit more weight than like the 503. So the 501's a little bit heavier. Blade's a little bit longer, 2 3/4 inch, and the blade thickness is 0.096 inches. So it's a decent thick blade. Got decent thickness to it. So this is the 501, the Buck 501 Squire pocket knife. Drop point lock blade knife. I like lock blades. It just feels safer to me if I'm using them. Worry about that blade coming down, particularly on a knife that has a good edge to it. I've cut myself enough times to appreciate the lock blade, and it even comes with a little leather sheath. We'll put it in there. And let's take a look and just see how it is, how it looks. So we've got, putting it in there, just lock it up. There you go. This would make a great gift, wouldn't it? Great Christmas gifts. Super nice little knife. I purchased it a little while ago through Amazon, but you can purchase it, again, a lot of retail stores or even through directly from Buck. I think it's always seems to be a little more expensive unless Buck is running a deal to purchase from their website. But check it out. You can customize on their site, so that's a big advantage. Yeah. So if you have a 501 and you enjoy it, a comment below. Let us know what you like about the knife, or maybe you've had it for a while and there's something that you don't care about the knife. Comment on that as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Buck 501 Squire. Thanks for checking in.